This episode is sponsored by Foul Mouths. Foul Mouths is a new neighborhood grill and bar specializing in pollo al carbón, clamatos, and spirits, with a great outdoor patio located in the heart of central El Paso at 800 North Piedra Street in El Paso, Texas. Please follow Foul Mouths Facebook for updates and additional info. This episode is sponsored by True Colors Tattoo and Salon. True Colors is the most unique, good vibe shop in the city, combining two worlds to help you really express your true colors from the inside out. True Colors is located at 3717 Montana Avenue, El Paso, Texas, 79903. Please follow True Colors on Instagram and Facebook for updates and additional info.
Sweet Jesus Radio.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Sweet Jesus Radio. I'm your host, Sweet Jesus. My guest today, super excited. It's been a long time coming in a sense. He doesn't know this, but I always thought it'd be cool to have this man on the show. He recently moved back to El Paso. He hit me up, wanted to be the show, which is even more of a compliment and flattering to myself. This man he's a boxer, maybe an ex-boxer. I don't know. I'll help him clarify it. He's an entrepreneur. He's a good friend of mine. He's a mover and shaker. He's a real estate dude, a business owner. He used to own a badass gym that I trained at, and he doesn't remember. He's also the facilitator of the American Dream. I want to welcome to the show the homie Rene Armijo.
Thank you. Man, damn, bro. What an intro.
Yeah, man.
Michael Buffer ain't got shit on you or Bruce Buffer.
Yeah. And you don't necessarily have to be that close to the mic as long as you project in that direction, but totally up to you.
All right.
But yeah, hiya, man. Shit. Well, I'm gonna dap you up. I rarely do this. Man. This is my dog right here.
Hell yeah.
And shit. I don't know, listeners. It's gonna be a classic episode. I can already feel it. We got the Rolling Rocks flowing. Lately I've been trying to, my sweet spot for the length of the shows is like, hour 10, but I don't know, man. This one might go long in a good way though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I hope
There's
so.
a lot to cover.
Yeah.
And, the listeners are in for a treat, man. So.
Dude, I told you, I told you earlier, man. I'm so jazzed for this, man.
Damn. I'm going to turn the shit up a little bit. All right. Yeah, man, same here, fucking pumped. And just to give a quick background, listeners, and feel free to chime in whenever you want right now.
All right.
To my knowledge, my recollection, and we're going to get into it in more detail, but the history started many years ago. I don't know when it was, early 2000s, I guess, with as far as you kind of coming like with Arc Attack and Eye to Eye thing. And when did you start like blowing up more with the boxing shit? Well, let me explain the backstory. So that happened, I guess, early 2000s or something along those lines. And if y'all don't remember, if you're younger, there was my man's here. And this is the parts I want to get into because I don't know all the details. But he started blowing up in the boxing, working with De La Hoya. He was in a reality show. We're gonna get into all of that. But the homie Architect, right? He was the connection to those that don't know. Also, I used to be in a crew called Eye to Eye Productions. For the younger cats, that was the biggest hip hop crew, the illest hip hop crew.
It was the.
Remember to speak into the mic. Unless you want, you can move the mic if you're gonna lean in like that, or like this if you want.
It was the leading force. Like it was just, I don't know. You couldn't talk about hip hop in El Paso without mentioning.
Thanks for saying that, so I don't have to give myself compliments in our crew. But Architect knew you. I don't know from where.
Well, Architect.
Not school, right? Is he a West Side?
No, but he would hang out on the West Side.
Oh, he knew like Daryl and them out there in the
exactly,
West.
Daryl, exactly. He hung out with Daryl and they hung out with a guy who went to school with me, a guy named Terrell.
Yeah.
And then they also knew my cousin Dee Dee. You know my cousin Dee Dee?
That sounds familiar as fuck.
Dee Dee and her friend Melanie and
DD sounds familiar, so not to interrupt you, but just to get the...
No, but it's the 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah,
for sure. And you went to my gym.
Yeah. Well, I went to the gym because of that, though. So I'll explain that, too. But long story short, listeners, Arc Attack from the Giants, dope-ass hip-hop group, and part of our crew at Eye Productions. That was the connection. Rene starts blowing up, so of course, that's how I met him. Probably at the very most, talked to you. I don't even remember, but dapped you up a few times, said what's up, because there was just so much going on, and I kind of just lay in the cut. You know what I mean? I'm not on there trying to be fucking all in the videos. Do you know where that's from? Like, cool.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's not me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe now I'm like that. I don't know.
The Source Awards.
Yeah. Right? So I just dap it up, and Tito will handle that shit, and just wish you the best and all.
The videos.
Yeah. So I'm just, I'm the type, I'm gonna dap you up and wish you the best, but I'm not trying to be all crowding motherfuckers and shit. And it's weird that that this is even happening right now. But so then at some point, I personally, I guess you weren't boxing as much, and we'll talk about that. But you opened a gym, Fighter Physique, for those that don't know. So we're talking some history here.
Yes.
And I'm just giving the quick little layout of what we're going to talk about. Fighter Physique. I joined the gym specifically because, that's the homies, because I was looking for a gym. It's like, that's the homies. If I'm going to give somebody money, I'm going to give it to the homie.
Thank you.
And I used to work at ADP, so it was like on the way home, it worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah, man.
That was a good spot.
That's where I learned my jiu-jitsu and my Muay Thai, for a few months.
And somebody felt the wrath of those lessons.
A couple of people, yeah.
People.
I wish I would have known that shit long ago, because I've been in way more fights without the training than. But that's the thing with the training. Even a little bit of training helps, because I wasn't there for years, but I trained for a few months, and that alone is helps if you just learn some basics.
Hell yeah.
And but yeah, that doesn't mean you can try to challenge me to a fight, all right, listeners? I'm an old man. I'm out of shape. It's not a challenge. Yeah. So there was that, and then I stopped going. Then I guess you kind of fell off the face of the earth, or as far as social media goes, I don't know.
Who, me?
Yeah, I guess you were out of town. I didn't have you on my page. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
So yeah, man. So we'll get into it, man. So now you're back. You hit me up, like I said. Talk about your background a little bit.
Well, I guess it all does. I don't know, stem from boxing.
Where'd you grow up? In the West?
Yeah, in the West. Yeah, I'm a West, but I'm not a rich kid.
Yeah, that was the perception, right, back in the days.
Yeah.
Coronado?
Coronado, 2002 graduate. Damn, coming up on 20 year.
Getting old, dog.
Hell yeah. But, so, yeah, it was right around high school. I kind of boxed off and on since I was 13, and then
which gym?
Various gyms. I've probably been to a lot of them.
Really?
Well, I mean,
can you name some of them so we can shout them out?
San Juan Gym, of course.
Everybody knows it.
But San Juan is unique. Excuse me. San Juan is unique in that's got. I mean, what's? Oh man.
Gassy.
Yeah.
And Rolling Rock.
What is San Juan right now is not. It's not the original San Juan. They demoed that and built what's there now. It's it's a more modern building, more eco-friendly and whatnot. Yeah. But the old San Juan was rich with I don't know, dude.
Grimier, huh?
Yeah, grimier. It was perfect for a Rocky Balboa movie. You know what I mean? It was like that, and it had a mural of legendary boxer Salvador Sanchez, and that mural was famous. I don't know, and that was San Juan Gym, bro. And but they got demoed and they built something else new. So I was I guess privileged enough that I got to experience both gyms, the old one and the new one. TNT also.
I've heard of that one.
They were at some projects on the I think the lower valley or the far east side, but they had a boxing gym in those projects, and they were fucking tough kids,
angry kids.
Yeah, but I ended up training the most. Yeah,
trying to challenge.
I ended up training the most at the Carolina Rec Center, which is in the lower valley.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, there was never gyms that trained you to be competitive on the West Side when I was, when I was of that age. So from a very young age, I was driving.
You had to make that drive.
Of course, I frequented the Armijo Boxing Center in Segundo Barrio, of course.
Are you related to those fuckers or not? I shouldn't
Distantly.
say fuckers, my bad. You are though?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered, because that's not a common name.
No, no, dude. It's
oh, that's cool. Fun fact, listeners.
Fun fact. Fun fact, listen up.
People don't even know if they're not from the hood or if they're not old.
Armijo.
That's some segundo shit. If you don't know.
There's like a small town that's named Armijo outside of Albuquerque. I think really? It is. So you know, on my father's side, like my aunts and my uncles and my father and my grandparents are from Juarez, you know.
Yeah.
But my thinking is that I don't know, that name Armijo. There's way more Armijos in New Mexico than out here. Way more, yeah. So I think that, like, you know, that's where my people are from. But see, they did. It's not like there was a moment where they were in Mexico and made their way up to New Mexico and that ain't no, dude. That was all Mexico. Yeah. At that point. Yeah. Like the border crossed. Yeah. You know, my ancestors. My ancestors didn't cross the border. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We hit it first.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have both parents growing up?
I did. Yeah, man. It's funny you should mention that because they just recently got divorced.
They did?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And just listeners, today's May 10th, Mexican Mother's Day. You just came from having dinner with your mother, right?
Yes.
And they just recently got divorced? Oh, man. I don't know. Is that good or bad? I don't know. But talk about that, man. Not the divorce. I'm just saying your parents, your relationship with your parents. I'm always fascinated by that shit.
Yeah, you know, I was very fortunate enough to have a very good relationship with both my parents and growing up in a mother and father household.
Yeah.
But you know, still though, you know, I got my issues. Like they instilled their issues in me too. You know what I'm saying?
You got both daddy and mommy issues. Nah. Yeah, I do. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Who was the one that got you into boxing? Your dad, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is he a big is he like a big boxing guy, or is he just like sports in general?
No,
because there's some guys that are encyclopedias of that shit. You know
he's encyclopedia.
He's that dude.
He's
I like him already.
That's literally what they would call him growing up as a kid, the encyclopedia. And I'm that same way. Yeah. I'm that same way, and
you know your shit.
And I got the encyclopedia for cage fighting too, as I like to call it. MMA.
I've always liked that term, cage fighting.
Cage fighting,
more raw.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
MMA sounds more PC or something.
Yeah, it's exactly. MMA. Yeah, this is cage fighting.
It's cage fighting.
It's funny because
it's more technical, I guess.
MMA. You know the Count Michael Bisping, who by the way has his very own successful podcast as well.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he's got one with the homie Luis J. Gomez. Together.
That's right.
I was listening to him right now because Luis J. Gomez has multiple podcasts. He's the one.
Oh, I don't
Check him out. It's really offensive shit.
All right.
It's really bad. Legion of Skanks. Anyways, continue. Shout out to Luis J. Gomez. Remember to talk in front of the mic.
Yeah, well, I forgot what I was going to say now. So.
About Bisping.
Yeah, Bisping said something.
Cage fighting.
Oh, yeah, Bisping.
Success story.
He was talking about some tweet or something that somebody said about cage fighting, and he was like, "Hey man, that's a you know, archaic phrase. We don't use that word anymore."
Oh, he doesn't like that.
Like nah, he thinks that's too savage. I'm like, that's exactly what it is, though, man. It's
motherfuckers beating the shit out of each other and shit.
Dude, they said the origins of that shit were yes, lock them in a cage. This is cage
Roman
fighting.
Shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's not sweeten it. Let's not sugarcoat it.
Exactly.
I've always liked that term, and because of course the people that don't know is like, yeah, do you like UFC? They call it because they just don't know.
They don't know,
which is fine. But I say cage fighting. Like I don't say MMA because there's still some, even though it's blowing up, there's still a lot of people that don't know what MMA is.
Yeah.
So I say cage fighting. That shit already. They know what that means.
They know what that means. That's right, dude. We ain't talking no Royal Rumble.
This is the real deal.
Yeah.
Hey man, that motherfucker, he's missing an eye. Bisping.
Yeah, dude, and he won the championship like that, man.
His story is crazy.
That is, dude. That is.
Even though it's kind of like a lucky, not fully lucky, but the fact that he got that far in the twilight of his career is nuts.
Yes, they need to make a movie about that with Russell Crowe as Michael Bisping, just like he did Cinderella Man. You know,
but you'll be too old by then.
yeah, but it'd still be badass.
That fool, I used to be against him because I used to watch him in Tough, the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this fool. And you know, you got to pick a favorite and shit.
Yeah,
He's this cocky British dude. But then over the years, he came out on MMA Junkie, MMA podcast that I really don't listen to anymore, but I used to listen to a lot. And he was just being a regular dude, you know, instead of being like a fucking douchebag. You know, it's a character sometimes you got for marketing purposes, for fighting. It's the fight game.
Of course.
And I was like, I kind of like this guy. So I was just more, not a hardcore fan, but I didn't hate him anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Rene. Okay, so at what point did you describe like you, you know, because of course for the sake of time, that's why I was like, it might be a 2-hour episode. But how do you start coming up in boxing, and then segue into how you really like get into the old De La Hoya thing? Just kind of, just go into detail. Fuck the time, you know what I mean? But just you're winning. I don't know how, you know, I wasn't there, but amateur stuff. Break all that shit down and don't leave stuff out. Just go with it. If I need to like redirect the conversation, or maybe I'll tell you.
All right.
I'm a nerd, man.
Okay.
And I like to hear all this shit. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of segues because I'm gonna talk about experiences that I had with specific people who, if you don't know who they are, you don't understand the impact of how. Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. This is for some people might know, and you know that's what we're here for, man.
All right.
Let's nerd out on some boxing shit.
All right. So I always, thanks to my dad. I mean, he never forced anything on me. He just introduced me to this sport.
Yeah,
you know,
that's cool. He
would watch it, and I'd be with him watching it along with him. You know, and so that's how, you know, that's just how it came up. Cheers. And he supported me in trying, you know, every sport. I played a little bit of football, like Pee Wee leagues. I played with the West Side Cowboys. Nice. And I was when the Dallas Cowboys actually won a game or two.
Yeah, back in the days.
Back in the days with Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. Oh my God!
We're taking it this year, dog. Are you a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, same here.
But anyway, so I played football. I played football, basketball, and track in junior high school. And then like one of the summers, it was the first time that I was actually able to sign up for a boxing match, because I'd always wanted to, and I knew I could. I knew it existed. I just never knew where I could sign up, and there wasn't no Google back then. Yeah. You know, we're talking the 90s. You kind of
know somebody.
Yeah, this is 90s.
Get a form to fill out and shit. And
this must have been like 95, 94, 95, because I was 13.
Because you're about 8 years younger than me. All right. So
yeah. And so I met this dude who had a boxing team registered and was gonna take him to a fight. I'm like, I'm in, bro. I'm in. Get me, like, sign me up. Like, you know, it wasn't a thing of my parents. They didn't discover it for me. I discovered it. I was just like, Dad, sign this little piece of paper, and I'm boxing in 2 Saturdays from now, you know, or something.
That's a big deal, man. That's but it speaks to. I'm not, you know, I don't know. I wasn't living with you, but I'm saying, to some degree, it speaks to the 2-parent home, good parents, because you kind of had a little bit of confidence to say sign me up. Whereas me, I wanted to do certain things. Well, for one, I wasn't raised by my parents, but I was so shy and, you know, low self-esteem that I wouldn't speak up ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I missed out on a lot of shit. I would have loved to fucking box, dog. But yeah, I'll continue.
All right.
Move the mic if you have to, dog.
No, I was just making a note.
All right.
He's
one of the few that listens. He's got notes. I tell all these fuckers write notes, and then they don't. And afterwards, they're like, I forgot to say this and that. Like, I told you, motherfucker, be ready.
So I got signed up for that fight, It was all the way out in Socorro, and it was just a trip, bro. There was I had to weigh in, had to, have a little doctor check me, and then I had this little book with the picture of me. It looks like a passport. It's called a passport, actually. And then they mark down, like, your blood pressure, whatever. Make sure you're okay.
Yeah, there's all these regulations and shit.
Yeah, and then after the fight, you step down from the ring. They put the little flashlight in your eye. Dude, little kids, bro, as little as 8 years old. They gotta check on them.
I never knew that.
And then if they're okay, they check their little book, and then win or loss, they check that little book, and then you're out of here. And if you don't have, dude, that was always the thing, dude. Showing up to the weigh-ins and I forgot my book. Like, you got to get that back. Like you don't even weigh in if you don't have a little book.
Yeah. There's no smartphones back then.
Exactly, but I liked football also. I liked the team, those sports. So when school came back around, I would stop boxing and then I would play football.
Like contact shit, like all rough and tumble boys.
Because I did track. I did track and field, and that was in contact. Funny story though. The reason why I did track was because we were at Moorhead Middle School. And when you signed up for the track team, you would run to Coronado and practice on the track there. And there was like, I don't know, dude. I don't know if she was a year or two older, maybe a year older. I don't remember exactly what, but I signed up. Basically, I signed up track to look at her, dude.
I don't blame you. And back to my point, you like the contact sport. You were in track for that reason. Don't lie to me, Rene.
Yeah, well,
I can read people. I know there's a reason you were in track.
Yeah.
I just didn't pinpoint it. But I don't blame you. I still do stuff like that.
That was in middle school. And then in high school, I went to Coronado. And motherfuckers thought they were in that movie Friday Night Lights and shit. So it was very important to play football. So I signed up. We played on the freshman squad, and we went like fucking 0 wins and 3 losses. And I was really frustrated. And the coaches said that I was like a poor sport, or like being negative. Yeah, and I'm just like. And then
just hate losing, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. It's like what do we show up for? Yeah. And
what were you doing specifically that made him say that though?
What do you
There was
mean?
a reason he said that, or he just came at you out of nowhere.
There's a reason he said what?
Where he was telling you you're some sort of bad sport, or.
Well, yeah, dude, because
Did you say something, or you had a certain body language to you?
Yeah. Like he pulled me out. And
showing too much emotion on the field.
He pulled me out saying that I was, playing poorly, and then put me in with this other guy who's like a complete doofus. And I'm like, dude, you're just fucking with me.
Yeah,
no way this guy.
Lesson,
like I'm just like, you know what, dude, fuck this. These guys. They were the freshman squad. They don't give a shit. And sure enough, dude, I quit, bro. I quit that day and went to the boxing gym the very next day. And that football team didn't win a single damn game. That and
that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. So that was when
you're a free thinker.
That was when the shit got serious with boxing. That's when I started competing in the Golden Gloves. And then there's 3 levels. There's the Junior Olympic, which is 16, I think, like 16 years and younger or something like that. And then there's the novice, that's 16 years and older, but has less than 10 fights. So you're a novice. And then there's open class when you're over 16 and you've had over 10 fights. And that means you can fight anybody. Those guys that fight in the Olympics, that's open class amateur boxing. So by this time I was like 17, but I only had like a handful of fights because I would go play football. I would go and then have a fight, and then I would go play. So, excuse me.
Good one. You ate Chico's tacos. Oh, you ate Julio's, huh? I bet you ate some Julio.
Yeah.
I can smell it over here.
Oh, shit.
The green chicken enchiladas, huh?
No, hell no. But anyway, I would fight in the Golden Gloves, and I won in the novice class
Nice.
because I didn't have enough fights. And then the next year I went around and fought in the Golden Gloves in the open class, and that means that if I beat everybody in El Paso, I was going to Fort Worth and fight everybody from Texas. And then if I beat everybody there, then I was the champ of Texas.
Damn.
And that was in 2002. Yeah, that was in 2002 that exactly that happened. And that shit.
You did do that? Did you beat everybody?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Let me say this. I'm gonna stop you real quick. I don't know you that well. We hung out the other day. Maybe we'll talk about that too. But listeners, this guy's one of the nicest guys I know. That's a weird thing to like. I'm gonna get into fighting. I want to beat the shit out of people.
Hell yeah.
So to me, it's like you have the reason you got good at it. I don't mean to oversimplify it, but just for the sake of time, you may not be like a mean dude. But you have you're a dude. You like sports, but don't take it the wrong way. You have a nerd approach to it, like you're solving a puzzle.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you are a nerd, and I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A cerebral approach to shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But also, it's gonna be fun to punch them in the face. Also, but there's a cerebral approach to shit, as opposed to like most guys are just aggro. I'm gonna get into cage fighting and boxing. You're like, I want to box because it's fun and it's but there's like you don't have a lot of necessarily emotion into it. Maybe some, but you have a cerebral approach to it. That's my guess. Because you're a nerd, man.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. Well, I
That's
think the cerebral approach to it comes more in the actual technique or the actual I don't know.
But you don't come across as an aggro guy.
No.
Gym douchebag type.
No.
Jock type.
But
continue with the story. I don't want to branch out too much. So back to the beating everybody in fucking Texas.
Well, yeah. But I got to backtrack because that was in 2002. All right. That was the year that I graduated high school. But in the summer of 2001, after I finished my junior year, before I began my senior year of high school, I stayed in Detroit, Michigan.
Really?
Detroit, yes.
Tell that story.
All right. So if you look up, I don't know, man, Kronk Boxing Gym, Emanuel Steward.
Emanuel Steward, yeah. It's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
These are the names people might not know.
Yeah.
But
basically, in the 80s, Kronk Boxing was a champion factory. And Emanuel Steward would train these kids in the basement of like a rec center.
Yeah.
Where he would turn the heat up. Turn the heater up on their asses.
It's physical and psychological
shit.
Yeah,
and you just train in the heat. Like think of hot yoga, but
times
boxing,
10 and shit,
bro.
Yeah.
But boxing yoga and just drenched, bro. You're just dripping in sweat and
dehydrating and shit.
Yeah, but that's how you get tough, man. So
that's the type of shit they probably wouldn't allow nowadays.
Dude, they still do it. I bet they
I'm sure
still
they do. But like in football and shit.
Well, fucking Tyson Fury, for those who don't know, I mean, he's become pretty commercial recently.
Yeah.
He's the heavyweight champ of the world.
That's the man.
He hired Emanuel Steward's nephew to train him in the style of Kronk boxing. Nice. So in the summer of 2001, I got the invite to go train with Emanuel Steward in Detroit, Michigan, in Kronk boxing. How I got that? Because I got to compete at a national tournament in New Orleans, Louisiana, where he was, and I approached him. I approached him like, "Yo, can I have your autograph? Whatever."
Hell yeah, man.
And he gave me his phone number and his pager, and he was like, "Call me up, see if we can, work something out, and you can come train with me." Yeah, the pager, bro.
Hell yeah.
And so he gave me that, and I'd hit him up occasionally, but dude, I was like 17.
Kid,
This time. This is
Your
kind
dad's
of
not helping you with any of this stuff. I'm sure he is to some degree, but your mom.
Well, he was just, keeping along, following along. So there was
like, what does this kid get me into? I gotta fly him out to places.
Yeah, well, no. Well, that's another story, dude. But so Emanuel Steward also did commentary for the HBO boxing broadcast. Yeah. So there was an HBO event in El Paso, and so Emanuel Steward came down. Yeah.
What year was this?
Oh, this is 2001. Yeah.
What was the headliner on that shit? Main event? Can't remember.
I think Fernando Vargas.
I remember a little bit. Yeah. Anyways, shouts to my boy De La Hoya. Team De La Hoya. I have a story about that, but continue.
Write it down, bro. Write it down.
Yeah, I should. I'm going to type it because I'll forget, but continue. It's going to be a 2-hour episode. It's going to be a 2-hour episode, listeners.
So Emanuel Steward comes to town, part of the broadcast. I freaking go... I go make sure to go bump into him, and I'm like, "Yo, man, it's me. Remember from New Orleans? You gave me a pager number, You
never called me back, bro. You're being a Stan, like Stan.
Yeah, dude, yeah." And he was like, "Oh shit, Rene. Okay, yeah, my bad." Yeah. And he was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "All right, look, I'm gonna fly you out to Detroit. Take I don't know, man." He was like, "Take this info down, whatever." This time he made it happen. But check this out. So. I was 17 at the time, and it's Emanuel Steward and everything, but I was still kind of weirded out. You know what I mean?
You're a kid.
You didn't want no Michael Jackson.
I'm still playing with G.I. Joes when I was 17, dad.
Well,
oh, you don't want no Michael Jackson? Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You didn't want no Michael Jackson.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
you gotta be careful.
So my fucking dad drove me all the way fuck out there, bro.
That's the value of good parents. Man.
Yes, my dad.
So
we took
you deadbeat dads and moms. Be good parents, man. Stop fucking around.
We took a 2.5-day drive from El Paso to Detroit, and then my dad drove back by himself.
Damn, shouts to your dad. Yes. You're still good with your dad. You have a good relationship.
Oh yeah.
Shouts to your dad.
I was with him earlier today.
Tell him for me, I've never met him, but tell him for me.
And you know what?
Props to him.
And so. Going on to this is still before I won the Texas State Golden Gloves. This is from my time in Detroit with Emanuel Steward.
All right.
So I'm with Emanuel Steward, fucking legendary Hall of Fame trainer of champions. By this time, he had trained all the kids from the Kronk since they were kids, and he was they all regularly say he was a father figure to them and whatnot.
Cool.
So he had just reached the point. He's doing commentary on HBO. He's what they call a gun for hire. He's a hired gun.
For training.
For big names, for big names, dude.
He's the guy. He's the go-to.
Yeah, he's the go-to.
So super busy now.
So Chavez had his first loss.
Boom.
Change
things up, revamp it. Call Emanuel Steward.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Chavez
first loss,
after
89 win.
De La Hoya didn't lose, but his performance was criticized.
Yeah.
Was hire Emanuel Steward. Knock
some people out.
And then Lennox Lewis had faced boxers from Emanuel Steward on multiple occasions, and one of them even knocked him out, dude. But some got freed up or whatever, and Lennox Lewis hired Emanuel Steward. For many years, Emanuel Steward was his trainer.
If you don't know, listeners, look it up, Google it.
Yeah,
but there's the ones that do know Emanuel Steward's a legend.
Yes. So I'm in Detroit, Michigan, training with Emanuel Steward, and I'm just asking him all sorts of questions, making him dizzy, bro. He even straight up asked me nicely one time to just chill the fuck out.
Fuck out, son.
Yeah. But
you gotta take advantage of the situation too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta soak up that knowledge.
Yeah, dude. One of the things he did share with me was I'd ask him about De La Hoya, and I was like, "What was it like working with De La Hoya? What's De La Hoya like? What does he eat? What does he do? What does he? You know what I'm saying?"
Does that mean you're a fan of De La Hoya?
I'm definitely an admirer. Yeah, for sure.
I've always been that's my favorite motherfucker.
But I've hated him too.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
we can get into that.
All right, but
that's my dog.
But he was like, "Oh, De La Hoya was great. Fucking he had his best performances with me and whatever." But
he's humble too.
But his daddy But it was his daddy. His daddy was an asshole, you know. He was like, "You got a great daddy. You should be appreciative. You got a great daddy." I've seen so many of these boxers, man. Their daddy's a piece of shit. De La Hoya's daddy was a piece of shit. I needed to tell him, listen here, motherfucker. You can't talk to me like that. I'm a multimillionaire.
Yeah,
you know?
fucking Emanuel Steward.
Yeah.
You're not doing me no
and
favors.
Emanuel Steward, bro. Boxing is. There's so much drama. I'm sure you know anything. Just like in hip hop, just like there's so much catfighting, there's so much drama, whatever. And Emanuel Steward is a person. Yeah, egos, bro. Emanuel Steward is a person that not one person in the boxing industry can say a negative thing about. Yeah. So if De La Hoya's dad was fucking it up, you know, that's that. You know, it's well documented that De La Hoya's dad is a piece of shit, bro. Yeah. Yeah, it's well documented. I think I met the guy on 2 occasions. You know, like I might have dapped it up with him. Yeah. But I didn't really want to talk to him, and just because his reputation precedes him. You know. Yeah. But so I was in Detroit, dude, and I was training the legendary Kronk Gym, sweating my ass off.
How long were you there for?
Like almost literally. You know, from the day I got out of the last day of the junior year, just in time to start the first day of senior year the next day. Yeah.
Where'd you stay out there? You got an apartment and shit?
No, dude, I stayed at Emanuel Steward's house, bro.
Really?
Yes,
Did
bro.
Everybody stayed there, all the fighters? Or just
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. He had a house with like little like makeshift rooms, dude. He's got like just big enough for a little cot, bro, you know?
Bunker style.
Exactly, bro, yeah. So... Dude,
that's even better.
And bro, because all it is it's almost like
wake up,
what are they called?
Fight, train, boom, back to sleep.
Exactly, dormitories. It's almost like dormitories, and it's funny because Emanuel Steward is rest in peace. He was very Detroit proud. He was proud of
that's a rugged town,
Detroit. Yeah, man. But it was one of America's most. Lively towns. You know, Motown, the Motor City. Hell yeah.
A lot of Hispanics up there too because of the auto industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. I would hang out in this area called Mexican Town of Detroit, and you didn't even have to be Mexican just so long as you spoke Spanish. Like you were in Mexican Town, but
so you were there for the summer.
So I was there for the summer, dude, and I became a killer.
That's where you got like
killer, bro, just killer.
Yeah.
I became a killer, bro. It was just everything was on point, bro. I was like Neo when he realized, you know, he was the one. Like I just see the punches coming at me in slow motion, and just so I came back and just was like buzzing through people.
Boom, boom, boom.
Texas State champion, boom, and that was particularly nerve-wracking, bro, because it's tournament style.
Yeah.
And I got a bye on the first night, which was good and bad. Good in that you don't have to fight that night. You get to chill.
But the
bad
next day is harder somehow. Right?
Well, no, not really. But it's just like that anticipation, bro. That anxious.
You have to skip a week or whatever.
Yeah. So, but everybody on the El Paso team that didn't get a bye that fought that night lost, bro. So all of us, boom, we're out. And then I don't know how many of us fought.
Just like them damn T-Birds,
Damn T-Birds, bro.
Football team out there,
exactly. Man. So I don't know how many of us fought the next day, but I was on there, and whoever else fought lost too. So I was like the last hope, bro, to win. And the guy that I was fighting was from San Antonio, and he was a tall, skinny motherfucker.
Yeah.
And, you know, for people that don't know, tall, skinny motherfuckers are tough in boxing because they got that reach.
You can just jab the fuck out of you.
The reason they're in your same weight class is just because they're skinny, but doesn't mean that they're weak. Like, usually tall, skinny dudes crack the hardest, bro. Yeah, exactly.
They got power, some of them.
Exactly, bro. So, and El Paso had lost all their damn matches. San Antonio had won all of their damn matches. So it's the team going up, you know, the team that hasn't won one yet going up against the team that has won them all.
Story of El Paso's life.
I put a whooping on this fool, dude. I gave him a boxing lesson because I could just tell by the way he was warming up and, like, you know, how he was tall and skinny that he was going to come at me real hard. So I was just like, I'm matadored his
Let him
ass.
walk into some shit.
I
Tricked him
no,
into some
yeah. I just kind of I would sidestep him.
Yeah.
I would counter him. I would frustrate him, and he got tired, and then once he got tired, I was able to take over, dude. Just take over
shit.
his
You had a
ass.
bad game plan.
Yeah, and then so that was it, dude. I was the first El Pasoan to win for the team, and the last one still alive in the tournament, and I picked off the first one from San Antonio, and the El Paso coach dude told me, he was like, Rene, you're the fucking champion. That was probably the hardest guy, and you just picked him off. The next guy I had already beat. This guy from Odessa. A guy from Odessa who came to El Paso for some, they call it a smoker. A smoker means it's a boxing match, but it's not tournament. Like, it has no, no bearing. Yeah, it doesn't really count.
But
I mean, it counts in your little book, but it's still a fight, yeah. But there's no consequences for winning or losing it like there is in a tournament.
I got you.
In the amateurs, it's all about the tournaments, bro.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder why they call it a smoker, though. That's weird.
Yeah, for real. I think.
Do you know why they call it? People are smoking. It's just like some underground shit.
I imagine just because it's just like poof. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
yeah, it's just a smoker. Doesn't matter.
All right.
Puff of smoke.
Yeah,
but anyway, so I fought this dude in a smoker. I whooped his ass. I believe I TKO'd him. I don't remember.
Nice.
But this is semifinal nights, because I didn't have to fight that first night. With that first win that I got, I'm already in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if I win that, I'm in the finals. So I'm fighting homeboy who I already KO'd or TKO'd from Odessa. I was like, I'm knocking this fool out in the first round so I can be like well rested for the final.
Yeah, that's big.
And my the rest of the guys from Paso were like, Rene, don't be cocky, whatever. And I'm like, I know. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I fought this dude already.
Yeah.
I was like, I fought this dude already. I stopped him before. I'm gonna stop him this time faster.
You're just saying what the goal is. You're not being cocky. It's like, my goal is to end him quick so I can rest.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Being efficient.
Exactly.
Planning the shit out and trying to manifest it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So we go out, dude, and Texas State Golden Gloves, bro, it's so nerve-wracking because it's like in a arena the size of like I don't know.
John Haskins or smaller? Or
smaller,
bigger?
way smaller,
Okay.
way smaller.
Like a
Like the
community
Equestrian Center. Do you know which one the Equestrian Center is?
No.
Fuck.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like Coliseum shit?
It's next to the
Yeah,
Coliseum.
the
It's
one.
kinda,
Yeah.
It's like where they have the bull rides and stuff. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
smaller.
I saw a tough man
But
contest there once.
Okay. Well, it's still
sizable.
It's still a couple thousand
Yeah,
people, bro.
yeah.
And for the
like
Texas
5,000
State
probably.
tournament, bro, they show up, bro.
Yeah.
They show up. And so like you gotta be like in the back, or like already taped up with your boots on and everything, and you're just taped up, and they have these rows of chairs, and in each row there's only 2 chairs. And that's the opponents, bro. So you're going through the line, bro, with your opponent next to you this whole damn time,
awkward,
bro.
man.
Super awkward.
You gotta fight this motherfucker.
Super awkward. You just kind of, you know.
We're not pushing.
Yeah, dude. Like, and then you start talking like, fuck it, like, hey man, well, how many of these you been to, whatever,
Yeah.
Oh, you fought so and so. Oh shit, really? Did you win? No, they robbed me. Oh, whatever.
Right.
And,
Give me a kiss.
dude, it's super awkward, bro. It's super nerve wracking. It's super stressful. Like, but you just go through it, bro.
Yeah.
Like every time before every fight, dude, I would get so nervous, and I would just ask myself, I'm like, okay, so what, dude? Am I gonna quit? Am I gonna say, hey, you know what? I don't want to fight anymore? Like, well, of course not.
We're already here.
You were already here, so you just kind of.
That's what I hate when, just real quick to interrupt, when people talk about, obviously not necessarily, organized boxing, but, us guys get together or whatever, after party or whatever, getting drunk, talking shit, talking about our street fights. I hate when motherfuckers say, and I'm not in their mind, maybe they're, I don't know, but, they have to answer like, oh man, quote unquote. If you ask them, are you afraid of fighting, or do you get afraid, or do you get scared? And people say, no. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck who you are. Like, that shit's it's I don't necessarily, I'm not afraid per se, but the street fights that I've been in, I'm nervous. once the blows start flying, the fists start flying, then it all goes away. But building up to shit, man, anything can happen, especially in a street fight. So I hate when motherfuckers are like, no, man, I'm not scared, man. It doesn't mean you're a pussy, man. You're a human. It's a normal emotion. You know what I'm saying? So even boxers, even MMA fighters, like, yeah, walking up to that fucking ring, fuck yeah. Not afraid of your opponent per se, but just it's nerve wracking. Yep. It's anxiety, all this shit. There's people yelling, screaming. Yep. So and nowadays you got the smartphones. You're in a street fight. If you get knocked the fuck, you're gonna end up on the internet. That's my biggest fear. That's why I don't even fight no more. Because back there was a value and a beauty to like you fight. If you lose, and that's it. But now shit, it's gonna be on the internet. If you get laid out. Yeah, man. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fight anymore. But
fuck all that, dude.
I've been blessed enough to win. but anyways, continue. So walking up, you end up fucking destroying this guy, right? Or did you say that earlier?
The guy from Odessa?
Yeah. Is that the semifinals?
The semifinal, yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to stop this dude in the first round. And hell yeah, dude. I stopped him in the first round. Hell yeah, bro. I manifested that shit, bro. So I stopped him the first round, and I didn't even, I didn't like
exert a lot of energy. Or?
It wasn't like I went and I rushed him. I was just patient. Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm just. You
already had him psychologically. You already beat him once.
Exactly. So boom, dude, dude, it was. Excuse me, damn.
Good one.
It was one shot.
Salsa.
It was one shot. It was a 50-50 punch, meaning that
if you miss, you might counter.
No. It's not even 50-50. I guess I should say 200% because I said 50-50
in your favor?
I said 50-50 at first because it was 50% my punch and the other 50% his face coming at it.
But my favorite.
But I guess you could say it was 200 because it was two. It was two forces.
It's not 50-50. Yeah, that's 200. Yeah.
I knew he was coming to
the momentum, both.
And boom, dude, he just right on his nose, dude. And I swear it went. And I was like, I did it.
Like a fucking
I did it. And shit. And he stepped back. And in amateur boxing, we're amateurs. We're not getting paid anything. And we're usually kids. So he stepped back, and I saw the ref look at him, and
they stop him quicker.
I knew the ref was going to stop it. Like, I could have maybe rushed him and got a couple more shots in, but I would still
always do that. Though.
I knew it was done.
Yeah.
Like, and
but it looks cooler when you don't rush. Like, oh, it's over.
But it's not like, yeah, no kidding. No, I just.
Why did you? Let's explore that. Why didn't you fucking rush him?
Because
this is the enemy.
I connected. I felt the connect.
You were confident with it.
I felt the connect, and I saw him stumble back, and I'm telling you, when it connected, I saw like almost it was literally almost a little splash, and I saw him stumble back, and the stumble that he did was enough space for the ref to kind of step. So the ref came into my view, and I was just like, "This is done."
Oh, okay, so done. You saw a ref kind of give a certain.
No, the ref wasn't gonna step in. I just saw that he got close enough, and I saw the ref look at him.
Because I'm so paranoid. I mean, I've only done street fights, but I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck if he looks done. I want to murder this person. I want to murder them.
Well, there were times where I did get a couple shots in with the guy's hands down, like he was out, got him against the ropes. Like, yeah, dude, like
those are the best ones too. Those are fun.
Well, you feel bad afterward, believe it or not.
I never feel bad. Well, I'm only talking about street fights.
Yeah, you're talking about street fights.
No, I would never feel bad, even if it was an organized fight.
You do, dude. Like
if somebody's swinging on me, I don't. Fuck that shit.
It's weird. I don't know.
That's why I specified earlier. You're not a full killer. And that's just me, my limited. For you to feel bad, that's how I know you have a nerd approach to this shit.
Well,
and that's not a diss. It's just that's my perception of it.
Yeah, well, I never boxed, to beat people's asses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can do that in the street.
I got both parents. I don't have to unleash my anger and shit. This is fun. It's fun. I want to get good at it. I boxed,
bro, and it was dumb, really. Like I really dropped the ball and missed out on some money-making opportunities, but I'm not,
From boxing?
Yeah,
boxing made you miss stuff, or
no?
From the boxing.
I had opportunities from the boxing that I totally missed out on. But I only boxed, bro, for like, what I would say was I wanted the glory. You know what I'm saying?
We're deep in we got a lot of time. We gotta jump forward.
All right.
Okay. So now get into because for the sake of time, because I already knew this was gonna happen, but I like it. How the fuck do you get into the whole De La Hoya shit, dog? Try to just give us the intro for the listeners, but then get into detail. But yeah, because we're 48 minutes in.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's gonna be a 2-hour episode.
I had won the Texas State Golden Gloves. I had a few more amateur fights and tournaments, and I didn't make the Olympics, so I just decided to turn pro. Turned pro in 2004. Had my first fight in New Mexico. Beat this fool's ass. I weighed in at 145 pounds for my first pro fight in 2004.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. Back up a little bit or move the mic. Like, because you're moving in front of the mic. I did. You're talking. So either back up or move the mic.
All right. My bad. All right. So I had my first.
I want you to sound good because we're recording history here.
Yeah. I had my first pro fight in New Mexico, like in a casino outside of Albuquerque, I hate to say this, I hate to admit this, but I had broken up with my high school sweetheart, and then I was also feeling some kind of way, but also that first pro fight was in January, and I felt like we were like well along in the year, and I hadn't fought again yet. So I just went to LA. I figured Golden Boy Promotions is out there. Golden Boy Promotions was just brand new. It was De La Hoya's boxing company. It was like Golden Boy Promotions is out there. There's boxing every weekend out there. Like,
let's go.
I know somebody out there. I can crash out with them while I get on my feet. So boom, I'm just gonna go to LA.
Yeah,
so I went to LA, crashed out with my homie. He was a student at USC. He was a student. He was a student at USC. Yeah, because
is he known out here? Is he from El Paso?
He is, but he's not known out here.
What's his name?
Man. His name is David.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, give him a shout out. Hey, asshole, dude. He doesn't listen, bro.
Fuck David.
That fool don't answer my phone calls. He don't answer my messengers.
Then I'm gonna take back my shout out. Fuck David.
No, but I'm forever grateful to David because he let me crash out on his couch when I went out to LA. And when I was in LA, got a job as a personal like fitness trainer because that was my thing. That's what I did when I was in El Paso at EP Fitness. Shout out. And
other thing I don't know about. But continue.
And so just made did some searches because there was internet at this time, but it wasn't all hype, dude. I would to get around to LA, dude. I would print out MapQuest, dude, and drive around like that. It was
print them out. It was
horrible, dude. I got lost so many times. But anyway,
that's first world problems for us. Jesus, but LA is crazy though.
Yeah,
LA is nuts though,
dude. To go from El Paso to LA is like
nuts, dog.
Crazy, dude.
They're driving 80 miles an hour in the slow lane, dog.
Jesus. No, actually no, because there's so much traffic, bro. There's so much traffic.
There's certain, depending where you're at. But yeah, in most areas, there's also like bumper to bumper. It takes you like 5 hours to get to somewhere where it normally takes you half an hour.
Well, continuing.
Yeah.
In doing my research, I found this place. It was like a rec center that De La Hoya had bought because it's like where he trained to go to the Olympics and they were going to shut it down or something like that. But he bought it, so it was Oscar De La Hoya Youth Center. And I was like, all right, dude, that's where I'm going to go. My goal out there was to meet up with Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Again, dude, manifest, bro.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be the title of the episode.
Yeah. So I started going there and started training there and started asking questions and was like, oh, fuck, bro. I just realized I just skipped like another related thing with my boy David Rodriguez. There's some infamy.
Before that?
There's some infamy, but
like before that?
Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's jump back.
All right. Well, I guess it's worth mentioning that that before I went out to Cali, I did consult with David Rodriguez because he had a contact out there. He had a trainer out there.
Real quick, tell the listeners who that is. For those that don't know, I know who it is.
David Rodriguez was a El Paso heavyweight contender. The man was a beast. The man was like 6. I don't know what, man.
Like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, 6. Man, I'm saying like maybe 6'4", 6'5", man. 240 pounds, like at 240, like pretty in shape. Fast as lightning, bro. Just cinder blocks for fists, man. That fool would just drop these fools like flies. But
nice.
He plateaued. He plateaued on a point and just fought steady bombs, bro. Just bomb after bomb after bomb, like never really advancing. And it was, I don't know, just a really big disappointment. And he didn't like my I didn't even say that, bro. I didn't even say that, but he didn't like my critiques of him. I didn't even critique him. I didn't even critique him like I just did right now. I was on KLAQ.
I was on Q. That's one of his spots, right?
Yeah, I was on KLAQ, and they asked me about David, and their somewhat exact phrasing was like, so Rene, David's gonna fight this weekend, and they said, he says that after this fight, then he's really gonna,
blow up,
kick it up a notch, or something like that. And I just said, that's awesome, man. I really hope so, because that's not the first time he said that. I just said something along those lines, like I hope this is his year, because it's not the first time.
Or you're just stating facts,
something like that, yeah. So
don't beat me up, David. I'm just.
So I go to the weigh-in ceremony, and that fool got all in my face in front of everybody, bro. And was like, I heard you talking shit about me on the radio, and I was like,
but in his defense, it is
kind of like
a little bit.
I was like, look, man. Number one, I'm not talking behind your back. Number two, everybody fucking knows, bro. Like. You fight bums, bro. Like you fight to make, like everybody knows it's a running joke. You did the opposite
of behind the back. It's on the radio.
Yeah, and I didn't say, and I didn't say you fight bums. All I said is like, that's awesome. I hope it is his year, because he said that before, and it was facts, bro. People had been saying that.
You're rooting for him.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah, I was.
Like you said,
100%, bro. Representing 915. Yeah. Like, just imagine, bro. He was, bro. At one point, he was like 30-0 with 28 knockouts, something crazy, bro. But against who? Against who? Why hadn't a guy like that?
Rooting for him, but also being factual.
Yeah,
what you were saying. But I know how it is with the sports and just men, testosterone, but, ego shit.
I know a trainer of his.
Shouts to David.
In Las Cruces. Shouts to David. I know a trainer of his in Las Cruces. I knew David. I knew David would train out in LA area. So I called David. He met me at Singapore Cafe.
Oh shit, that's a dope spot.
Hell yeah. He met me at Singapore Cafe. And he was like, call this dude, you'll love it out there. It's beautiful, the beach, the women, all this stuff, cool. So for that, he really took it personal. He thought we were super tight, because he talked to me before I went out to California, and my thing is like, dude, if you think we're super tight, then you would accept my constructive criticism and not get all up in my face in front of her. Like, he wanted to cause a scene, bro. Like, he wanted.
But the scene was before Singapore Cafe.
No, this was way after. Yeah, this was way after.
Okay. I gotcha.
This was way after.
In that case, you're right. Yeah.
This was So Singapore Cafe. I was like, David. I had my first pro fight. I feel like nothing's happening now. Like, it's stagnant. I know you spent some time in California. I want to go to California. What do you think? Oh, you should totally go, Rene. El Paso ain't got shit for you. It's a small town mentality. We're talking 2004, know, and all this stuff. And he was like, train with this guy. He's cool.
Fucking LA.
ironically, bro, the guy that David told me to train with told me not to go try out for the De La Hoya show. He was like, "Nah, fuck them. I'll get you fights. Don't worry about that because they're gonna wanna put you under a contract and they're gonna want to do all this other stuff." And
he wants to put you under contract too.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't listen to him, dude. I went out and I tried out for the show.
Okay, we're gonna get to the show, man. How long were you in this gym? In this De La Hoya gym? Because we're gonna jump back because we had to go back and drop that David. Shit,
yeah, we had to drop that day. Dude, that's good shit, though. I've never spoke about that, bro. I've never spoke about that.
It's history, man. It's history. So you're at this De La Hoya gym for months or how long?
Like 6 weeks, bro.
6 weeks?
Like 6 weeks.
And then you meet De La Hoya? Or what happens?
No.
I want to get into this reality show. Listeners, this motherfucker was on a reality show. If you guys are babies, you're not going to, but the older motherfuckers know.
I would visit a boxing website regularly.
Yeah.
And then that's where I saw that they were having auditions. Now check this out. I saw it and I didn't really think anything of it because I confused it for another reality show that had Sylvester Stallone involved.
Yeah, because there was two.
And it was,
yeah,
and, bro. I learned
I was talking about
the full story. Like, after
Shit, man, this is gonna be
no, like while I was on set. Yeah, while I was on set, like, you know, the PAs. Yeah, maybe a 2 episode. The PAs, the production assistants. You know, they kind of said, well, I heard this, I heard that, and then you kind of piece together things. But when I first saw it advertised on the internet, I thought it was a show that I had read already about because I'm a nerd, like you said. I was in boxing. I heard all the shit. I heard they were. This is what I heard originally. It's not what ended up happening, but this is what I heard originally. Sylvester Stallone was gonna produce and make this show following like amateur boxers to the Olympics, and he was gonna call it The Contender. And that's what I heard. That was like the original premise of it. Then I didn't hear anything about it for a while. Yeah. Then I see this advertisement that's like very similar concept, and it's going down there in LA, which I just happened to have just drove down there and to be in. But you know, I paid no mind to it because I was like, I'm not an amateur. I have one pro fight already. You know, like I missed that boat. Once you turn pro, you can't go back. Yeah. So I paid no mind to it, and then it came up again, and then I talked to that coach, you know, who the coach that David Rodriguez put me in touch with, and he's like, nah, don't try out for that shit, whatever. And I was like, oh, whatever, I'm gonna go try out for it anyway. And I did try out for it, and I got on, bro. I got on. It was, you know, it was crazy. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy, but I got on.
Describe that shit, like the feeling and shit. How did they tell you got on?
They were the whole time. They were really like, they would really tell you, now it's not final. It's not final. Yeah, it's not final.
Dangling the curve.
Like, yeah, dude. They, you know, I did the audition, and then, dude, I waited. I don't know, man. It was a good while. I thought I wasn't picked, man. I just thought I wasn't picked, and then they called me, and then they were like, now it's not final, but you know, we want you to come in, and you know, we want to talk to you some more, you know. You know, we think there's potential. You know, we just want to see if you can show a little more personality or whatever. So I went in and did some more interviews, did some more castings.
They gotta make sure they got the right people to get the viewers and whatnot.
And then, and you know, they, from those interviews and stuff, they got out of me that like the person closest to me in my life was my dad. So they fly dad in. They fly dad in. They interview him. They talk to him, because little do I know at that time, you know, like, you know, if I am to be on, he's gonna be on with me. You know, because the concept of the show was to have a boxer and somebody from the personal life of the boxer. So so they fly my dad out and they talk to him. They put him up in the hotel and shit. And
fucking chill. He's got his robe on. Yeah. Ordering room service.
Hell yeah, dude. Like Home Alone and shit, dude. So they're interviewing him, and I'm like, oh, man, of course I got it. Of course, you know, why would they go through all of this? Or like, it's not final. It's not final. And then And then they you know, he came back to El Paso, and then they flew us all back, and then they put us in this hotel in downtown LA, and then they put us like on this itinerary, and they're like, but it's not final, and then it was like final day, and they're like, all right, everybody in this room is the cast right now, and so they're sizing everybody up, and you're like,
now are they recording video at this time?
No, it's like in a little like you know, conference room of the hotel.
I was just curious because I was wondering if they're trying to catch your reactions, like they're dangling that carrot forever.
So when it transitioned, once it was on, we were in the hotel. And they were like, all right, guys, we got a call time. They were like, shit was going to start like at 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. They were like,
Hollywood shit.
Yeah, like 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody meet downstairs in the lobby, and we are going to start filming this shit, dude. And
it's going to be fucking 8, 9, 10 hours or whatever.
That's
Did they go long like that? Like just recording shit, like hours? Or when you started filming, did they... that first day, how many hours did you fucking put in? Was it long? Because I
don't know. Yeah, it was long as fuck, bro. Yeah, because dude, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. So we're at this hotel.
You're how old at this point? 20. Early 20s? You're 20.
Yeah, shit. I was 20. Dude.
I'm in my late 20s. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
I was the youngest guy on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But I didn't look it. Well, I mean, I didn't look like I was the youngest guy, but it was
back
just
then. I would say you looked like early 20s, maybe mid 20s. I don't know, like 23, 24, which is not far from your real age. But
yeah.
All right. So then what happened?
So that day they're like, all right, well, here's the thing. You meet us downstairs, meet us in the lobby, and we're gonna start filming. Like the show is gonna be on. And okay, cool. So that first day, we met downstairs. We were in a hotel in downtown LA. They got shots of us like running around downtown LA. It was kind of cool, dude. They're like, shut the streets down, dude. Yeah.
I mean, they're used to it out there, fucking Hollywood.
Yep. And so we run around, and then we run to this building, and then we run all the way up, dude, to the top, dude, where they have a helicopter helipad, and that's where we meet De La Hoya.
Oh shit!
And
he's just waiting there.
He's just waiting there. No, how was it? Yeah, he was waiting there. And he's like, all right, so this shit starts right now, and so we got to run back down, and then we're running through downtown. And that's where they get the shots of us and shit.
Yeah.
And then we go to the place that we're staying and filming the show, dude. And it's like this loft on top of a warehouse. And the warehouse is like, not that it comes out in the show, but the warehouse is like the warehouse for like a bunch of refurbished electronics.
Oh, okay. Just a warehouse.
Like stereos and TVs and shit like that. It was like, do you remember JJ, the King of Beepers?
Yeah, of course.
It was something like that, but like
I've never
for
been
TVs
inside the
and
motherfucking
shit.
thing. I never ordered a beeper from that motherfucker, but
but JJ, the King of Beepers.
It's like just electronics there.
Like think of that, but electronics, yeah, dude. So
I've never been inside JJ's though. That's the thing.
No, neither have I, dude. But
so what? Like the TV, like the commercial, or what?
Well, just whatever vibe you get, 80s, bro. Just like the vibe.
Shit.
No, because it was like a East Indian name owner, like
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And it's all refurbished.
This shit might be stolen.
Exactly, it might have fallen off of a truck, and it's in this warehouse, and we're filming a reality show at the top floor.
That's a weird choice.
Yeah,
that's a weird choice.
Because it was downtown LA, so it was downtown LA. That's where
shit, dog.
That's where. Or no, Armenians are in Glendale.
I was pretending to know what I was talking about.
That was a good one. Though. Hey, not too many people even know that Armenians.
No, you're right, Glendale. They did. Yeah, you're right. But with the white BMWs, was the stereotype?
I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about that.
I get all the shit from podcasts.
So we're in this warehouse in downtown LA, and they got at the top floor. They got a makeshift the real world house for us. Right. And then at the top of that's where they have the boxing ring, and that's where we have the fights. Bro, I wanted to do like a YouTube video or podcast or something like that, because when this pandemic first hit, when they had the fights behind the closed doors, you know, like I'm sure you saw the UFCs at the Apex, and they would be like, oh, especially at the beginning, oh, you know, it's such a different vibe, fighting and no audience and all this shit. Bro, that's exactly what I did in The Next Great Champ. That's exactly what I did. We had all the cameras.
That's the name of the show, right?
Yeah, The Next Great Champ.
You guys that don't know what it is, let's Google that shit. But okay,
yeah,
like no audience. That's weird.
We had no audience.
Quiet.
We just had the crew.
Yeah,
we had our.
You can hear everything.
Yeah, we had our crew. Yeah, you can hear the corner, hit him, duck. All of that.
Compared to, because my memory's failing me, that came out before TUF or TUF was
Oh
first?
yeah, way before
right?
TUF.
Way before,
way
right?
before TUF. Yeah, bro.
That probably like inspired that.
Yeah, shit, totally. Yeah, it was all part of it. Yeah. Well, so here's that thing. Going back to that.
We were watching, man, supporting you back then.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, dude, I felt El Paso on my back, bro. When I lost, bro, I was so crushed because I felt like I lost for El Paso, dude. I felt like this was a chance for El Paso to be put on the map, and I really felt like they took it from me, bro.
I mean, I remember. I'm trying to think. I remember it being close, but also you did. You represented them no matter what, man. You did your thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Golden. You know, this was where I completed my mission to go out to LA.
Yeah. And
meet De La Hoya and fight for Golden Boy Promotions. They put me on a couple more shows, even after that show, despite me not winning, like they do for the tough
TV
guys.
Shows?
No, boxing cards. Yeah, dude.
Well, you fought here.
Exactly, bro. That was. Bro,
so you lose. That happened first before you came here? Because I'm fucking my memory.
Yeah, the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. They wouldn't have given it.
I'll be honest with you, dog. I forgot that you did a reality show. Before that, like, when I had homegirl Rachel here, listeners, that episode's about to drop. And I'm like, hey, I was talking to Rene. And she's like, yeah, the reality show's like, oh, yeah, he wasn't. I forgot about that. It's because I'm 44, man. You know, the memory starts failing. But okay, and then so they put you still, so you still had a relationship with
still had a relationship with
them. The fucking De La Hoya, the Golden Boy, man, my baby daddy,
dude.
I like how you just gloss over that joke.
I just got it. I didn't realize you said that, dude.
My baby daddy.
Oh my god.
But okay, so but you actually are you like in close contact with him at this point?
I didn't have him on speed dial. I didn't have him on speed dial, but
tell us. You tell us.
Well, like, we had a few heart-to-hearts on the show.
I need to rewatch this shit. They didn't put this shit on Netflix again.
Well, not like on camera. Not like on camera.
Like behind the scenes?
Yeah, some behind the scenes. And then shortly after the show, he invited me to a fundraiser, like banquet that he has every year. Fucking Mario Lopez was there. I talked shit with Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
And I don't know, dude. I think that if I were to see him again, he'd know who I am.
Oh, come on, for sure.
I mean, I don't know, but from my experience with him, and from like what Emanuel Steward told me about him, and from what I've observed of him, like in the public eye, I think that he's a fucking really nice guy, like nerdy nice guy, like the type of nice guy that would get picked on. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I like.
He's got his, like I've referenced before, his father's reputation precedes him as an asshole.
Has he ever said anything along the lines, not to interrupt you, but that's what I do on the show? Was he forced into anything, or he's always liked it? Nah,
dude. On the contrary, like his dad's name is Joel, and Oscar's older brother's name is Joel. Joel was the one who was supposed to be the champ. Joel was supposed to be the one who got everything. They never paid no mind. They never paid, or
So he's trying to get some acceptance and some love from his dad.
Joel Senior never gave two shits about Oscar. Then suddenly Oscar was the one knocking fools out in the tournaments. Then he was like, "Oh, wait a second, son."
Yeah, he's out. He disowns Joel.
No, dude.
I'm joking, but back to the story.
Fucking
heart to heart. He's nerdy.
He's nerdy, and De La Hoya's mom died when he was like I think 19. She died of cancer, And this was before he went professional, before all the stuff. I mean, they're throwing money, pussy, everything in his face,
Olympics,
bro.
though.
Yeah. After
I remember this.
his mom had already died when he won the gold medal.
She already died.
The gold medal, yeah.
He would talk about it, yeah.
He dedicated that gold medal to her.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
He says that she told him, she told him, go win that medal for me on her deathbed, and he won that shit. So
many years ago.
So you think like, all right, you know, before he turned pro, he was 19, he won the gold medal, and he won the gold medal at a time where like they actually televised boxing on the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like he had a major audience. He was like the last big star after Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? So he's a superstar. He just lost his mom, and so like he's kind of So now he's starting his pro career kind of under the guise of this dad who had always kind of been an asshole to him until he started like showing that he's kind of good in boxing.
I would fire my dad at that point.
He couldn't, bro. His dad had a spell on him, bro, and so
I have a zero spell on me.
That's where a lot of his insecurities come from. That's where a lot of all of that stuff. That's where his drug abuse comes from. In my opinion, mind you,
it's all
speculation. You know,
it's like some mind control shit of a weird dad.
I think that it's all of that from the weird dad, because from my experiences one-on-one with him, he's super cool. He's super nice. He's like almost dorky to
He like the Michael Jackson of boxing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go deep for a little bit because it's gonna be one of those episodes. But you know, of course, I'm not. There's nuance. There's all this shit's complex. I'm not trying to oversimplify it, but I'm just telling my side. Like I can pick up on certain like vibes, and that's why I gravitate towards certain shit, and that's why I like De La Hoya. It's not just because. It's because I could see a vibe of like, you know, there's something more. He's not a killer per se, but there's like a story behind why he's in boxing, and I would, as a youngster, I could just pick up on it. And that's why. But I also like when like pretty boys or just like, you know, certain people end up winning in a sport that's dominated by a certain type. I was a Duke Blue Devils fan, you know what I'm saying, because they would go in school. Not to be all racial,
dude. What's he gotta say?
What's
he gotta say? I'm not a racist.
No, because I'm not.
But here comes something racist.
I didn't say I'm not racist. I said not to get racial. But I am racist, though. I am racist. Just to be clear about it, I am racist. I hate Mexicans. No, I'm just kidding. But no, because it's like a reverse underdog story. In a sense, and I'm going too deep right now. I'm going to cap it off. But like with the basketball shit, because I'm going to explain real quick. You know,
the Glory Road.
The Glory Road, dude. That's really. Dude, I was about to wear the Glory Road shirt today.
Shit.
I made my own T-shirt with the 1966 shit, and I just put El Paso on it. Today I'm rocking Michelle Branch, my wife. Okay, you know who Michelle Branch is?
Of course.
And this is. I made the shirt. Like I just. But like. There's, of course, you know, Latinos, blacks, we're the underdogs. And you're coming into a sport, in my mind, but they're dominating. You know, of course, sports, they dominate, like, you know, African-Americans, blacks. And so it's like a reverse, like now you're dominating, but to me, the white boys are the underdogs. Yeah. So I root for the underdog. And then my Blue Devils coming in, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Hurley and shit, with Christian Laettner and shit. Grant Hill, the whitest black guy ever. You know what I mean? So De La Hoya, him being a pretty boy, is like the underdog. People want him to lose. Like, fuck that pretty boy.
Yeah.
And shit. Like, nah, dude, to me, it's like, that's a fucking, I can sense the nerd vibes. But he's not a cocky pretty boy. He's just chilling, man. Like, he's a good guy. That's what the vibe I got.
Yeah.
Now, it's different if you're a pretty boy and you're like a fucking douchebag. I'm not going to root for you then. But he's like, it's just like, yeah, I just want to win for my mom or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm rooting for that guy. But people, these cholos and shit, and it takes me back to my Vargas story.
Oh, yeah, dude. That was such a good fight,
dude,
bro.
I'm going to go into that story and we're going to go back to your shit. Dude, I'm in Albuquerque. My life is in, what years? I don't know. I'm fucking, dude, I mean, this is why.
Dude, Vargas with the little bangs,
dude,
bro.
Yeah, come on, man. I already hit him off of that.
Dude, people copied that shit, bro.
And I like Vargas' fights.
Dude, I sparred with Vargas.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's the thing. It's gonna be like 3 episodes. We have to But my story for that, like in my life at that moment, I'm like, fucking selling drugs. I'm fucking doing all this shit. I go to Albuquerque to transport shit. I'm bringing shit back. I'm doing all kinds of weird shit in this time. And the fight happens to be at a night where I'm in Albuquerque. And I go to this fucking bar, dude. I take the girl that I've been dating on and off for like, back then it was like, I don't know how many years, but, you know, she's never my girlfriend, but she moved to Albuquerque.
Dude.
So she fucking...
I gotta pee so bad, bro.
Yeah, let's feel positive. We gotta pee. Take a pee break. And we're back, listeners. We both had to take a pee and I did other stuff. I fucking immediately sniffle after that.
So fucking conspicuous.
Yeah, so just to cap off that story, and we'll get back to you and shit, but it's, you know, Sweet Jesus Radio. So I'm in this bar.
Jesus.
So I'm this girl, like my girl, you know, just this is whole story, dude. You know, I'm out there thinking I'm the man, you know, I'm doing this and that. I got a girl out there and this and that. But, you know, I've never been about that shit. I've never been about, you know, the sex and all that shit. I just like having fun. But it's a good chick. But anyways. No, but just in general, I don't want it to seem like, oh, I'm like this player. Like, that's never been my thing ever.
All right. But you were at the bar with this chick watching Vargas and De La Hoya?
There's this bar. I forget what it's called. It's close to Central
Big
Ave.
Wally's.
Everybody knows. I was just talking. Who?
Big Wally's.
Maybe. Shit.
Surf club.
Maybe. I'm like, oh. But it's in the hood, though. It's like, you know, it's downtown shit.
All right.
And fucking the fight's going on, man, because I was doing business, the drug shit, even though I started a day job. I did both, you know. But I'm not missing this fight because I'm a boxing guy and I'm a De La Hoya guy.
That was a badass fight.
And the bad blood, you know. You know, it's basically. And when I was younger, people used to say you look like De La Hoya, okay? When I had the baby face. But it's the pretty boy who's pretty chill, he's not a overly cocky or anything. Versus to me, no offense to anybody, the dirty cholo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oxnard shit or whatever.
Yep.
Isla that shit. I grew up in Segundo.
All right.
And that's why I don't like them.
All right.
Because those people are annoying.
Oh my god.
And you know, if they want to bring it, they can bring it. But so dude, but the bad thing is, so of course my boy, just to fast forward, ends up, but I'm already drinking. You know, I got this cutie, I got shit in my pockets, blah blah. But I'm out there by myself. I got a girl, dude. There's all these cholos there, like, and semi-cholos and just thugs and I just get emotional with the sports. And if you like somebody, like, you're gonna be like, yeah, fuck it. And De La Hoya is just like, to me, that's a bully, like a bully trying to bully.
Yeah.
Because that's in some ways the correlation or the parallels is, I'll never say I'm a badass at fighting, but I've won a lot. You know what I mean? But it's because it's somebody trying to fuck with me because they think I'm soft. So this guy, I feel like that's a parallel. You know what I mean? Fuck this little pretty boy. Even though he's already won a bunch.
Yeah.
He's underestimating him still, even though he's already won a lot. And, you know, the golden boy rips him apart. You know what I'm saying? Not just decision, he knocks him out.
Did you know also that after the fight, Fernando Vargas tested positive for steroids?
I didn't know that. Maybe I did. I think I read a story years later.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And he still lost.
And he still got TKO'd, bro.
So,
knocked on his ass.
When he loses, dude, I go crazy.
Of course, he denies knowing, you know.
Of course.
You know, but
yeah, Canelo was eating what horse meat or what was it?
Tainted? No, dude, the tainted meat, dude.
But so back, just to cap it off, I'm going nuts. Like, yeah, but I'm looking directly at some of these tables with G's in it, like, because they've been talking shit the first couple of rounds. And I'm just like, they're looking at me, and, you know, it's like, so when he wins, De La Hoya wins, I'm like, yeah, what's up now?
You guys, yeah.
But then like 10 seconds later, it's like, oh, I remember when I came back to it, I was like, oh shit, I'm by myself, I'm in Albuquerque crazy.
Yeah, dude.
You know, so I was like, hey, let's go, babe. Check, please.
Albuquerque does not.
No, they were like on the verge of like to fuck me up, basically. You know what I mean? And I was like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Albuquerque's cholo is like that exact same Fernando Vargas type cholo.
That
yeah,
stupid
dude.
hair and shit.
Yeah,
But you know, that's my story, and I just, You know, it's just a crazy story because I
That's
just
my
love De La
story,
Hoya that
and I'm
much.
sticking to
Yeah,
it.
stick to it. So where were we with your shit with the De La Hoya? So you did the show.
I did the show, dude. I mean,
ended up losing.
Yeah, I ended up losing the show.
Did you meet anybody cool out there?
Dude, I met where in LA?
Celebrities and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Real quick.
Yeah.
But I just popped in my head. It's not even in my notes.
I met, off the top of my head, bro, I met Lindsay Lohan.
Damn.
Edward James Olmos.
Nice.
I've
been watching Mayans.
What's his name? Seth Pena or Sal Pena?
I don't know who that is.
The guy from Traffic and what else, dude? He comes out on funny movies too.
I'll look him up right now.
Pena, bro. Pena.
Traffic?
Traffic.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, little brown dude.
Yeah.
He's in at the Ant-Man, no? He's in a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
He's in Rough Times. No, that's not him.
I don't know.
He's an Ant-Man.
Oh, Pedro. The Pedro from Napoleon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like him, dude. But
Shit, punch him,
fuck.
yeah, this guy. Michael Pena.
Michael Pena, fucking De La Hoya, of course, Bob Arum, Bernard Hopkins. Like, I met a lot of boxing people. I met Mario Lopez at that event, dude. Mario Lopez giving me props, bro, for my performance on the show. Because, you know, he's homies with De La Hoya. I'd see Mario Lopez at the Wildcard Gym, too. Wildcard Gym is Freddie Roach's gym where he trains Pacquiao. I met Pacquiao there. I trained there. I never trained with Freddie Roach because, to be honest, I mean, he's super famous now.
Back up. The mic. Get in the front. You're doing this.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm passing the mic. I'm sorry. Fuck, man.
Well, you can move the mic. Just move the mic.
Yeah, because I keep leaning forward anyway. I was just saying I was in the wild card boxing gym with Freddie Roach. I never trained with Freddie Roach because, you know, to be honest, I never really had that desire. You got to understand, he was well respected at that time, but he wasn't like nearly as famous as he is now. And also, I was just like, he's at that point, the gym was his. I was there as a guest. Like, I wasn't paying to use the gym. I was going there to spar with other guys to get better. Yeah. And he wasn't charging me anything. And, I was going to be like, hey, can you train me too? You know, like on top of that. I don't know. I had a trainer. Yeah, exactly. I was just getting, what they called me, I was just getting in work. You know what I'm saying? I was just
you were, man. You really were.
Yeah, I was.
So where did we leave off, though? So you did the show.
I did the show, dude, and I pretty much fizzled out.
Felt bad
after that. Dude.
It fizzled out, but the fight, you had the fight here. Talk about the fight here.
Oh, dude, yeah. So, all right.
Tell the listeners the year, the time, the details.
I don't remember the year, but it must have been like 2005 or 2006, around there.
Sounds about right.
And
Don Haskins Center.
Center.
I don't know if it was called that back then. I'm sure it was. Yeah.
I'm fresh out of the show, dude. So I'm like, kind of, 15 minutes of fame type star, and they're having.
But the fight you lost is a reality show fight, though.
Yeah.
Does it count on the record?
It did, bro. Okay. It did, yeah. Right. But I had a good show, and I became like one of the more popular personalities of that show.
Into acting, though. Is that what you're talking about? Not
I did, bro. I did, yeah. But again,
much, but,
I didn't take advantage of that either.
We'll save those stories for the podcast that we're gonna start.
Yes. So in the fight at El Paso, bro. Again, dude, I didn't realize, I just wish I could have lived in the moment better.
Why do you keep leaning so forward?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Fuck. But I can't pick it up in my headphones. You pick it up. Yeah, you're an expert. Fought at the Don Haskins Center, bro. It was sold out, bro. Sold out.
I wish I would have gone.
There was over 15,000 people, bro. And ironically, I mean, I was just hot shit because I just had come out of the show.
Especially for us, yeah, sure, we love you.
But it's just like in any other performance, I guess. The first people that come on are the openers for the next people that come on. All right, okay. So just to kind of give you an idea of where I was at that moment. All right, David Rodriguez opened up for me on that card.
I forgot about that.
All right. Austin Trout opened up for me on that card. One fight had fallen out, so there was hope that I was going to be able to get on the televised portion, but it didn't happen. But still, all of those early prelims, they knocked all those early prelims out, and then they turned the lights down, and De La Hoya took his seat, and then my fight started. So the everybody was in their seat by the time I came out. So I fought in front of those 15,000 people, and I was taken aback. Like I felt the cheers, and I felt the crowd vibrating on my chest. So like it was
can't even imagine though.
It was intense. Like the adrenaline was intense.
Yeah.
But dude, just for I don't know, dude. I was young and dumb, I guess. I don't know. Like my state of mind was kind of weird. I didn't have, I guess, I'm going to invent a word right now. Nice. I guess I didn't have good reality association back then or something like that.
All words are invented. Reality association?
Because...
Where you were in a surreal state, in a sense, which is outside of reality.
Yeah, I was very much outside of reality because... Like I was trying to say before, like I boxed for kind of dumb reasons, and De La Hoya boxed at the Sun Bowl in front of like, I don't know, dude. I think it was 60,000 people.
Which fight was that? Dude, I hate getting old. and I have good memory.
It was against a guy. It was against a guy whose name was Patrick Charpentier from France.
Yeah, the French guy.
De La Hoya flattened him quick. Yeah. But anyway, that was in front. Well, no, De La Hoya had to fight. Like he had to fight him to keep his belt. He had to fight him to keep his belt.
Keep bringing these fights out here.
Yeah,
more in El Paso.
So anyway, that was in front of like 60,000 people. Yeah. Chavez owns the Guinness Book of Records for attendance. Yeah, like something.
Where did he fight in that one?
He fought this guy named Greg Haugen. Oh my god!
I remember that.
Beat his ass.
Very little.
But anyway,
that's my dude too.
That was like 100,000 that they could even count. There were many people unaccounted for. So in my head are these humongous numbers, and so I'm thinking like, that's the shit. 60,000, 50,000, whatever. That's the shit. Is. In my mind I was going to reach that. So I was like, I'll wait to get excited till I hit that. So I didn't really enjoy that fighting in front of those 15,000 as I should have, because I thought you kind
of robbed yourself of it.
I kind of dude.
By jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
it's not bad though, shit.
But yeah, dude, I felt that shit. So I mean, the UFC had their first live show, post pandemic in so many years, and they were like sold out 15,000, blah blah blah. And I'm like, shit, I fought in front of 15,000. What?
That's what's funny about marketing and UFC. That's the nature of my mind, and the nature of the show is for me to branch out and give weird examples. I was talking about this last night with the homie Alex Arriaga, because he's similar to me. I have like a roundabout way of making points. People think like podcasting, it's blowing up, but it's really still in its infancy. UFC is still tiny compared to boxing, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, like 15,000, like, dude.
Yeah. Well, no, dude. Even don't matter, dude. Any concert, any UFC show, any boxing show, any whatever, dude. 15,000 is a lot.
It's a lot, but it's not compared to depending on what lens you're looking at through. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what fucking lens, I should have known that then. Yeah. Like 15,000 is a lot, bro.
That's a very humble way to look at it in a sense, and I'm gonna give you props, but I'm also gonna be a homie and say, it's also speaks to you thinking big and dreaming big.
Yeah.
Like, this is cool, but there's wider, bigger horizons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On the horizon. So, but keep that mentality, that humble mentality.
Another thing, that compounded that, and, we're continuing on with my story.
Yeah.
In 2011, I became a fight promoter. And I brought the very first ever professional MMA fighting to El Paso, and this wasn't cage fighting. I had him in a ring,
Where was this? How come I don't
At
know?
the
Maybe I
convention
did.
center. I was still at the old Fighter Physique when I put these on, bro, in 2011.
How did I miss that? At the convention? Maybe I did go. Which is
It
the
was
convention
called-
center? The,
well, since
Civic Center?
Yeah. Since I had them in a boxing ring, my whole shtick was to make it like Pride.
Okay.
You know, but I couldn't call it Pride Fighting, so I called it Fight for Pride. And that shit was badass, bro. But
I know you had some boxing matches outside Fighter Physique. In the parking
those were
lot.
amateur. Those were amateur boxing
I went to
matches.
that shit.
This was a professional. I had to pay all of these fighters, bro, to come out on the show. I had lots of help from the convention center. Shout out.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick.
All
Here's
right.
where it gets bad. That's why the sweet spot is an hour
All right,
because
yeah.
I break the seal and I have to piss a lot. It's gonna be like several breaks. So you think I'm joking, but it's
All right.
I'm gonna piss a lot. And we're back. Cage fighting.
Cage
So
fighting.
you became a promoter.
I became a promoter. I put
the
on
part
I
I
on the first professional MMA show, and that's when I got into the fight business from the other side
Yeah.
of it. And
Is this before or after Fighter Physique?
this is
During?
like during, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was a Fighter Physique Promotions,
okay.
you know,
Man, I feel like
and
maybe I did.
dude, it was so hard to just sell 1,000 tickets, bro. So like.
On a much smaller scale, people ask us, how come you're not doing shows anymore, like hip hop shows? They ask me, and Tito's like, it's hard to make a buck.
Jeez,
We're doing it for the
bro.
love. Rico was in the boxing game. We talked about Rico and shit. It's,
Dude,
it's
I gotta hear that one, man. I'm gonna hear that one.
Oh, he
in the
talks
back-
about that
in
shit
the
too, because I asked him about the boxing shit.
back. Yeah, bro. Like,
But it's so hard to make money.
dude,
Ultimately, you gotta
matter
make
of fact,
money.
I helped Rico put on one of his shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yep.
It's for the stories. For the story. So,
Yep.
shit, that's the man. Okay, but I wanted to talk about transitioning into owning Fighter Physique, and it's more of a personal thing because I trained there. But
Yep.
how did that happen, or what?
So
Even though he doesn't remember,
I remembered, bro, but you were in a lot better shape, bro.
that's true.
But I did need you to jog my memory,
Yeah.
bro. I've literally had thousands of people come and come through those doors.
I'm not offended by it.
But so I kind of washed out in boxing. I didn't know what to do. Came back to El Paso, and
Did you open it with some of the loot from that though?
no, dude,
No, really?
no. That's another.
All right.
That's another one. So, but I came back to El Paso. I literally stayed with my parents for a few days, and my household is the type where like. Day one that I left, bro, they turned my room into an office. So I was sleeping
shit.
on the couch of my parents' house. I can't even say my house. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah.
I only lasted for a few weeks, dude. I got a job at LA Boxing. LA Boxing had
Yeah.
just opened up
remember that.
while I was gone, and I was familiar with it from my time in LA. It was just a franchise.
Yeah.
But I went and I worked there. I worked there for a while. The owner got me real gassed up. He told me he was gonna, do this and that for me. Open up on the west side, make me regional manager. Whoop de whoop whoop. Put me in the commercial for Time Warner. Like I was the official spokesperson.
I remember that.
Like all of this
You're
stuff.
jogging my memory. Yeah.
And we clashed, I guess you could say, and I walked away from that, and one of the members had approached me about opening up a gym. Now, looking back on it, I was really innocent. I was oblivious. To what you asked me if I used the prize money from the Next Great Champ to open up Fighter Physique. No, that shit got spent quick, bro.
Right.
But when his members approached me about opening up, going into business for ourselves and opening up a gym, and I was down, he said he had all the money. We just have to go drive to Anaheim, California, where the cash was sitting for us in the safety deposit box. And I was like, yes, I was like 24, 25, like 25, 26 at this time, and I was like, cool. I was like, how does that come up? And he was like, well, because my mother-in-law was working in California, but illegally. So she just got paid in cash and saved it all in the safe deposit box. And I was like, oh yeah,
yeah, that happens all the time.
I was like, oh, that makes sense, right? Let's go.
It's normal,
dude. I mean, I figured California.
Trying to get off the couch.
I figured California, Anaheim, which is in Orange County, by the way, for those people who don't know, but for those people who do know, they also do call it Anacrime. But that's neither here nor there. California is more expensive. Why couldn't somebody, stash tons of cash cleaning houses down there? But anyway, so we made a trip to Anaheim, California, got a safety deposit box full of cash.
Damn.
And opened up Fighter Physique. Once again looking back on it, that's what my partner told me, and that's what I went with. My partner and I had a falling out. This is where I just completely took over the gym. Like, he basically said, and he hates me now. This didn't end well, but even though he hates me now, he respects me, and he'll always respect me, and I appreciate that. And the reason I know he respects me is because very, very, very basically, he gave me a box full of cash and said,
shit.
"All right, dude, open up this gym."
Cash.
Yeah. In so many words, open up this gym. Here you go. He just knew that I could do it, and I did it. I did do it. But I noticed, like, randomly weekend nights were $1,000 in ATM drafts would be taken out, and I'd be like, dude, what the fuck, man? What's going on here?
And shit,
I'm like, what's going on here? And he's like, it's because I had some friends coming to town, and they were military, whatever. They were deport, or what the fuck? My vocabulary is gone.
Oh, because
deployed. They were deployed,
and
they came back, and we were just having a good time and whatnot. And like, all right, because at that time I didn't have a job. He had a job.
Okay.
He had a job where he was collecting a regular income. I didn't have a job. I was like, whatever comes from this gym, this is gonna be what I'm gonna be getting, And so I I noticed a couple of times that happened, and then the last time that happened, I was like, nah, man, this is it.
I need answers.
No, I didn't even. I was like, I can either just leave the gym and let him do it, and then I gotta go find a job or do something, And at that time, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
And I was like, or I can cut him out of it and pay him back.
Yeah, buy him out or something.
Because since I set everything up, dude, since I set up all the business, I set everything up, I just was easily able to cut him out. So, I know it's really cutthroat and however it is, but I cut him out, and I called him up and I said, we need to talk, and I met him and I was like, dude, I cut you out, like, because just the way that I set it up, I was able to cut him out. And so I cut him out, and I was like, I cut you out, dude, but I'm going to pay you back every penny plus interest. You can get a lawyer if you want, which he sure did.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, dude, I paid him back. I paid him back plus interest within 2 years, bro. And,
that's honorable of you. But you made the efficient decision.
Well, yeah, man, yeah.
Let's cut all those middle steps, all these little steps in the middle. It's just point A to point B.
Yeah. I was like, bro. So back then, I bought a Star, but like most recently, I ran into some people who know some people who knew him, and they were like, oh, that fool would fucking... He would binge on coke.
Oh yeah,
that's what them $1,000 ATM.
I wasn't trying to.
Yeah,
something. Well, obviously it's not. It's something not good happening.
No, dude. But like I said, I was so oblivious, so innocent back then. He'd tell me, "Oh, we were just."
Well, you're just, and I'm just guessing because I always come across like I'm fucking like I know it all. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm just guessing, joking, but you were given the benefit of the doubt. You're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, yeah?
I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
And just having a good heart, but at some point, you gotta do what you gotta do.
So I was like, fuck, dude, I'm the face of this gym. I'm the one who's here every day. I'm I'm signing up the memberships. I'm, like everything. And this motherfucker is suddenly $1,000 missing from the bank account. He's got a job. I don't. I was like, this has got to stop right now.
That's what makes you go into that mode of like, I have to stop it. Yeah. People only look at it from their perspective.
Yep.
People can have. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses and shit. You know what I mean? So he's doing his thing. I mean, he had the money to get started, but he's got his weaknesses too.
Yeah.
So we all do. We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
Now I gotta go, dude.
Huh?
Now I gotta go.
Now you gotta go.
Yeah. Now I broke the seal.
Oh yeah, I tell you, we're old.
Yeah.
I'm way older than you.
No, you're.
We'll be back. And we're back.
Yes.
All right, so Fighter Physique.
So
let's close that chapter.
I opened that up in 2008.
Yeah.
And I left to Phoenix in November of 2015, so almost 2016, and left somebody in charge to run it, and paid them. Okay. And then it just got to the point where it was no longer making money from me. It was actually costing me money to just keep it up, and it was gonna snowball.
Yeah.
And so I pulled the plug on that. Yeah.
Probably because you're not there, also.
Dude, I was getting stolen from.
Babysit these motherfuckers.
Yeah. But
well, I'll be honest, I was in the best shape of my life back then, dog. The fitness, kickboxing,
I hear that a lot,
jiu-jitsu. They had some good people there as far as skill-wise. I don't know about their money-grabbing shit, but I was in shape, man. And then on my off days, I was going Monday, Wednesday, Friday there. And then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday going to EP Fitness to lift. But even on my off days, I would go there just to kick the Muay Thai pad.
Bro, you got to condition those shins.
My shins,
bro.
Yeah. All bruised up.
Hell yeah.
So
that was good shit.
I thank you
Those
for that.
were good times, bro.
Thank you for opening that shit up.
You're welcome.
So at some point you close it, and so
I close it. I go to Phoenix. For the very first time, I work as like an employee for places. When I was at Fighter Physique, I got to training a group of real estate agents, and then I like personal training.
Yeah,
and one of them happens to be the top producing real estate agent in El Paso. His name is Jack Bumgardner. He sold $37 million worth of real estate last year, which in El Paso is incredible, bro. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was his personal trainer, showing him how to get, I was like showing him how to box and getting him fit, and when I went to Phoenix, like still with like that like real estate like curiosity and interest in me, I took a job at a call center for Realtor.com.
Oh, really? All right.
And I was calling real estate agents, selling them leads from people who inquired about a house on the website. Realtor.com. You call them up and be like, hey, I saw you had a question about this house. What's up? You got a realtor?
Yeah.
I'll help you. I'll show you the house. Boom,
So you're
boom,
selling
whatever.
the lead. All right.
So I was selling to real estate agents.
But you're learning about the real estate a little bit through that.
Yeah, exactly. So that job was hard, bro. I mean, they asked me, bro, in the interview, they were like, do you have sales experience? I was like, hell yeah, I got sales experience, selling gym memberships, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was on a reality show, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was on a reality show. I got personality.
Selling myself.
I got personality, mother. I'm a people person,
True.
Well, they bought it, bro. They took my ass on, bro. And I got trained so thoroughly in sales, bro. Like,
that gives you a tougher skin and makes you.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. And then I'm selling
that to life shit.
And then I'm selling to salespeople. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling real estate agents, bro, and being like, hey, you want to buy some leads,
Yeah, so they know all the tricks.
Well, they do, but, there's a bunch of bum-ass, whack-ass real estate agents.
Levels to it.
Yeah, for sure. So I got into that, and while I was doing that, I was taking my real estate agent classes in Arizona. And I finished at Realtor.com like they would do a new pay plan every month, bro. Like the pay structure would vary every month.
Paying you?
Yeah.
Really?
The commission, the commission structure would change up every month. What I felt it was, bro. I felt it was. And it was really stressful, bro. And I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna finish my real estate and just get into real estate. And I did that, and I got a whole bunch of leads from Realtor.com.
Yeah, from working there.
Yeah, so I was able to get a jump start, jump start like that.
Oh yeah.
So I learned the real estate market out there, bro, and I mean was able to do well. But then it would go on and off. They call it feast and famine, and it was very similar to boxing. You're self-employed. You don't know when the next fight is coming. You don't know when the next house sale is coming.
So you gotta make sure you don't live beyond your means.
Exactly.
During that time. Yeah.
Well, and then being a real estate agent and getting these online leads from Realtor.com, I was like, I need to learn how to get my own online leads.
Presence and
you know what I mean? And so I got really into learning about internet marketing, digital marketing, all that, and I took a job with GoDaddy.
Oh, really?
And for GoDaddy Latin America, or in Spanish, so I'm taking calls from all over Latin America and occasionally. English, what they call the overflow.
So, okay, yeah.
And
call center shit.
Yeah, so I learned
so you're working
website
for that,
hosting,
but also
doing real estate. Yeah. So I learned website hosting, website design, website marketing, like all of the stuff, which I thought which benefits me as a real estate agent, and so I was like kind of doing both.
You're like learning every aspect of shit, which is admirable. I have to give you some nuggets. That's a real motherfucker.
But dude, I was learning from the inside. It was so good, bro. It was so
but I'm
good.
saying you're an excuse remover. It's like, okay, what's gonna be the excuse? Well, I'll just go learn that shit myself. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people out here fucking just bitching and moaning about shit. You're out there fucking, leading by example and
thank you
with action. Fuck this talk. Action.
It's all about action.
Don't wait for somebody to fucking do it for you. Just go and do it.
Don't wait. That reminds me of another story. I'm gonna jot down right now and get back to it. But so I was working at GoDaddy, and it was popping off. Dude, I was one of the top producers in GoDaddy because I think people are hip to it now, but when I was working there, I'd get these calls, and it's inbound. You get these calls, and they basically want tech support.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, probably by now they're hip to game, but they call in wanting tech support, and I give them some tech support, but you end up selling them something,
Yeah, you have to, right? It's part of the job.
Yeah.
Upsell them or something.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing. I was doing well. I was making good commission, and then I got a couple house deals. And I was like, all right, I ain't working at GoDaddy no more, So I got a couple more house deals, was doing well, and then I didn't have any for I didn't see any coming anymore. Feast and famine, and so I was like, all right, I got my GoDaddy stuff down, I got my website down, I know how to do that stuff. I did some Facebook ads, and I didn't really like those, and my logic behind that was that, look, man, when people see my Facebook ads, they're not looking for it. They're just scrolling and happen to see it. So I wanted to learn about Google Ads. So I showed up when people search for me. So I opened up my Google Ads account, started getting into that, had some questions, call in for help. Yeah, calling for help. The guy's talking to me, perfect English, answering all my questions, really nice, all this stuff. I'm like, where you at, man? And he's like, I'm actually in Tempe, Arizona. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, do they offer you a referral bonus if you refer someone to work over there? And he was like, oh, let me get back to you on that. So he referred me. I started working, selling Google Ads. I got Mike Cardoso a job there, matter of fact.
Architect.
Yes, architect.
Shout out to Architect.
Shout out to Architect. So he's still working there as we speak.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so then I learned the ins and outs of Google Ads.
How many jobs have you had? It's been all over the place, but you've learned so much.
Yeah.
It's targeted though. Like, I want to work here to learn this.
That's the gist of it. This. Yeah, like, that's the gist of it. And then COVID hit, and then we left that, and then my wife was like, you know what? We have a baby now. We need to raise him close to family? What if one of our parents dies from COVID and we're not even there, and we need to go back right now? And
to El Paso.
All right, and here we are. And
back to El Paso.
Back to El Paso.
When did you move back? About 5 months ago?
5 weeks ago.
5 weeks
bro.
ago. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It's like, that's all good.
Yeah, but I'm already licensed here. ReneSellsHouses.com is.
Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna. I'll fucking put the link on the shit when we drop the episode. What was the story you wanted to do? You had a story that you jotted down?
Oh, yeah. It's all about action, right?
Okay, we're going to cap it off with that.
Yeah, we'll cap it off with this, all right? So, my sophomore year of high school, freshman year, I had already taken psychology. Sophomore year was sociology.
Oh, shit.
And so it's like all philosophical and shit, but for the masses, I don't know, whatever. But the professor or the teacher is like, he holds up first day of class, holds up a $20 bill, and says something to the effect of like, there is nothing without action. And he's held it up there, and everybody was like, what the fuck? And I was like, all right, well, I went up and I took it. I took it. I was like, all right, I took it. He was just holding it up. And he said, there's nothing without action.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude,
so you like read between the lines.
He's giving that up. You know, it's like the first one to act is going to get this. So I went and took it.
Because there's also consequences to that. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
So I took it, and he was like, he gets it. So it's all, like you said, he gets it.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil, man.
You
closed
take
mouth
the
don't
action.
get fed.
What's that?
A closed mouth don't get fed.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
You got to take action.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
So many people. Did you say it already? So many people say they're going to start their podcast. Yeah. So many people say they're going to start their podcast. Well, so many people say they're going to start their business.
Everything, yeah.
So many people say they're going to get in shape. You know,
it's everything.
I've opened the gym. You know, I've started. I mean, being a real estate agent is your own business. No, you know, you're not on a salary. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting paid by the hour.
Like, yeah. I'm fucking. You know, I'm a small time guy. But I remember my boy. I haven't talked to him in forever, man. We just kind of drifted apart. But he'd always talking about opening up a shop. And he's my boy. But like literally after like the 10th time he brought it up with zero action, I told him, dude, you're my boy, I love you, man, but don't ever bring that shit up again, dog. You haven't done shit. That shit's annoying the fuck out of me, dog. Like, don't bring that shit up again, dog. Because I'm gonna cut you off as a friend.
Damn, we got like that, huh?
I don't like. That's how hardcore I feel about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
talk is cheap.
It's like, well, yeah, talk is cheap. It's like, if you have these dreams that you know you're never gonna do, cool, but don't talk about it because now you're subjecting me to your dumb shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to support you, but like, okay, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm down. Let me know if you need any help. Then like a week passes by, a month passes by, 2 months pass by. Okay, where we at with that? You still need me to help her? Because you're bringing it up to me. You're bringing it up in conversation, so I'm involved now. You know what I'm saying? So in some way, shape, or form.
Are we doing something?
In some way, shape, or form, I'm there. And if 6 months go by, I'm like, dude, stop bringing that shit up. But I have a million examples of that shit though.
Everybody, we all do. Like million examples of friends telling us shit that they're never gonna do. Like, come on.
But it just, my thing is just don't say it. Just keep it in your fucking head. I don't want to hear that shit because it's annoying.
Well, some people say it in order for that accountability, you know. But but then they don't follow through with it. Yeah, man.
All right, man. Any fucking last words? Thank you. Shout outs, plugs.
Well, I wish ReneSellsHouses.com. We didn't even get to talking about houses and real estate.
You're going to have to come back. And we're going to cut this off before I have to pee again. Can I pee again? Because I really have to pee.
Listen.
I'm not peeing. Hold on. I'm going to pee.
All right.
You talk.
The host of the show has just left me, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what I was going to say, even if he was still here, with my closing words, and maybe I will expand on this more on my own social medias. Just look up Rene Sells Houses. Is that even though you're hearing that houses are getting expensive and, you know, people are paying over listing price for them and people are overpaying for the houses, you better get your house as soon as possible, because no matter how much you think you overpay for it, prices are only going up. Now, if you can't afford a house, by all means, don't get a house. It's never a good idea to get something you can't afford. But if you can't afford a house and you're just like, I'm going to wait till the market crashes or some foolishness like that, you're just being foolish. And those are my last words.
Did you run out of words?
Huh?
Did you run out of words?
Yeah.
Damn, son. You gotta get better at that. Listeners, I'm back. I had a pee. I'm old. My bladder. All right. Any final shout-outs, thank yous, anything else?
ReneSellsHouses.com. Rene, and that's RENE.
No double E, just one E at the end.
That's right. Double E would be for a girl.
Exactly, but you're pronouncing it like Rene. I did a good job of saying Rene the whole time.
I think so.
And I'm showing you up a little bit on your own name. I'm Jesus. Hey, Zeus. All right, listeners. This is Sweet Jesus. Oh, hold on. I was about to close it out. No, I have to thank you, man. Thanks for coming through. This is an epic episode, man. I'm not going to lie.
Thanks for having me, bro.
This is epic shit,
I
dog.
feel it.
We recorded history, stories, everything, man. It's fully loaded, action-packed episode.
Dude, I'm going to tag David Rodriguez. And I think I might have blocked him. I think we maybe blocked each other. Somebody.
Nah, let's not make it about that here, man. This is Rene Armijo, bro. Man. It's a great story.
That was never.
But your story is bigger. But thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And I'm just saying thank you, man, for coming through. Off mic, whether it be today or later, we still got to talk more, man. You know what I'm saying? I get good vibes from you. You know, it's fucking mutual here. And let's fucking do something. I don't know what, but let's do something. Yeah. Thanks for coming through. Thanks to the listeners. This is Sweet Jesus Radio. Thank you for playing.
Sweet Jesus Radio.